What's up, guys? Welcome to my job site. So what we have here is a master bath that we are remodeling. They had a leak that leaked down to the first floor. We are going to bring it back to life with all Laticrete products. So if you're not following along on my Instagram, go check that out. But for today, I want to take you along my journey for Coverings 2022. Let's go. So some of you may not know, but I just started setting tile full time in 2020. Before that, I spent almost a decade being an accountant. Now, why do I want to take you along my journey at Coverings 2022? Because I want you all to see firsthand what an industry event like this can do for you and your business. If you are in any trade, I highly suggest you get involved and you grab that education and you network with the right people. So let's go. What's up, guys? Shannon here. I am at Coverings 2022 in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we are at the Laticrete International booth. I am with Ron Nash. He is the president North America for Laticrete, and he is going to walk me through some of the new products they have to offer, and I'm going to take you along. Let's go check it out. All right, Ron, so now I've checked out all the cool new products. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about Laticrete as a company and, give us a little bit more information on the background.
Okay. First of all, it's weird standing in front of my head.
But, this is me eye level.
Yeah,
and I can be eye level with you here.
So Laticrete is a family-owned business. We've been in business for 65 years, a little over 65 years actually, and tile and stone is our core. I mean, we've been part of the tile and stone industry since the very beginning. Our first product is actually called Laticrete. It was a mixture of latex and concrete. Our founder, Henry M. Rothberg, made basically a latex that made the first thin set. Mm-hmm. So we've been innovating in this industry since the very beginning of adhesives. Factory blended adhesives. Of course, we go all the way back to before the Romans. So you're standing in front of a good way that people that come to our booth can learn about Laticrete and what we're all about. These are our core values. In today's world, it's important to know who you're dealing with. Mm-hmm. And we believe that as a family company, we think that we need to have principles that we can help our people get aligned with. And our customers are our family is the first one I always start with. I love trade shows like this because I'm seeing people I've done business with for my whole career, and it's almost like old home week. Get an opportunity to get together and see friends. But the reason why I feel that way is because it's part of our core values. We treat customers like our family, and we hope you feel that when you come into our booth. So that's the first thing. But what does that mean if you are new to the industry? And this is important, right? I believe very strongly if I were brand new in this industry, I would go to trade shows like this. I would join industries, organizations like the NTCA, for example. I would learn how to make friends, because this is a really tight industry. Yes. A lot of people don't know that, but it is a very tight industry. We sell our products into a lot of other industries, and all of my friends are here. So look for people that align with your values. We'd like to have you as part of our family, for sure. We're nice guys, but we're also connected to innovation and moving the technology forward and those kind of things. So
I'm a living example of everything Ron just said, and I preach this to everybody all the time, that you have to get out and get involved. That's how it will bring you to every piece of information you get brings you to the next level. Every person you meet within your industry, you have to reach out to the people who have been here. They know what they're doing. They will guide you and lead you to the right place. I believe that to my core. If there's any piece of advice I can give anybody new in the industry is get out, meet people. They're here to help you. They want to help. I have tried almost every product that's on the market in my short time. And it was one of my goals is to try as much as possible. At Laticrete, Laticrete, we are at home. We have a family of people. Yes, maybe everybody's not related, but everybody acts as family, and they're here to help you. You can reach out, they'll answer all of your questions, and I think that is one of the most important piece as an installer, and especially as a new installer. Nobody is looking down on you. They want to help you and elevate you.
Totally, totally. In fact, some of my favorite people are new installers, because if you look at the rest of our core values, we're interested in giving the best installer experience.
Correct.
I can't get that information myself.
Yeah.
I'm not an installer. I'm running this company, and I have my teams that are always looking. So if we have people that consider us like part of their business, they also tell us how to solve their problems.
Yeah.
So it really is good for us to have relationships with people like yourself, to have relationships with new installers that are getting into the game so that they can learn from our 65 years of experience. We can help guide, hey, don't do this, or hey, think about this. From our experience, it's free consultative work, I mean, it's definitely something that can help build your business. When you think about the best installer experience for us, selfishly, when we give you new technology and we have a good relationship and you're telling me what to fix or what to make better or problems you're having, we make better products because of that. So it's a good upward cycle, if you understand what I mean.
Even just something as simple as having a silica-free product, because as a new installer, today, we're very aware of like toxic things that are harmful to our body or environmental dangers, and you don't want to get into doing a job where it's going to put so much harm on your body. Yes,
Sure.
There's protective gear you can wear, but I'm guilty of it. I'll forget sometimes, and
Sure.
Yes, there's certain things you can do to mitigate it, but it helps when you have a company that's constantly innovating to try to put out the best quality product and also worry about the safety of the people using it.
Totally.
It's so important.
Absolutely. But if you come over here, in fact, if you'll notice, there's a couple of other things. In business, we are not interested at Laticrete just to do one job with you. We want to become a partner for life. So when you start thinking about creating technologies that will help you do crazy things, take your talent way, way beyond where it is today, you keep getting better, you keep trying new things, you keep making more money because you're doing better jobs, okay? So it becomes a very successful business for you. That's a good thing. We want to be trusted. We want to be part of your family forever. So that goes into our quality. Look, what are we making? Can they rely on our materials because they're consistent? Are they safe? These are huge things. For us as a business, especially now after the pandemic and all of these things, we realize that our core values are key to driving our future growth. And as a new president for Laticrete, I've only had this job, I guess in July it'll be a year. It really helps me to guide where we're going to go as a business. So how does that relate to an installer? What does that mean? I mean, yeah, that sounds nice for corporate stuff, and I'm a big corporate guy, whatever. What it means is we're walking the talk, and our industry allows you to connect to a brand in a very different way. We're interested in being able to help our installers become friends, get better, but also listen to them to make our materials better, become a trusted partner so that we have our careers that weave into each other forever. And then we're leaving legacies behind. It's a really big part for us. And I think that the installers that we work with and we have good friendships with become our best allies in the industry. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is that we can't do all this and say that we're a good company unless we focus on using innovation, meaning completely new ideas, solving problems in ways that people might look at and say, well, that's kind of weird or different or odd. We feel like that's where the magic really happens. So providing innovative products, but the bigger part is we can't keep our eye off of being good stewards. And I'm not talking about in a greenwashing fashion. I'm talking about celebrating the little bits that we do every day that might reduce waste, make our materials more sustainable. And the bigger part, and this is, I think, when it comes to sustainability, building materials that help you build jobs that last forever. Yep. The biggest part for me is if we want to do better for the planet, we need to consume less. Part of consuming less is building with materials that allow you to make iconic design last forever so that you do it one time, done, you're good.
Yep.
And that's the greenest thing you can possibly do. So
Yeah,
we're part of that, and pretty proud of that.
Yep. So the installer and the planet. for the long run.
That's right.
And that's what I'm getting out of this.
Big ideas, big ideas.
Big ideas. I want to know a little bit more, because this is really cool, about this project right here in Singapore.
Yeah.
We can get some pictures of it to get better shots, but this is a really awesome product. So tell us how, there's a pool up there.
Yeah. So we are blessed that we get a chance to work on the most iconic projects in the world. I call it collecting buildings. I like to collect buildings. I have a bunch of buildings that we've been part of that I'm truly, truly proud of. You know, I'm talking about the world's largest stadiums, you know, the world's tallest buildings. We have a huge track record of landing projects on the world's tallest buildings. So we kind of collect these things. This project is really cool because if you can see, there are 3 hotel towers, and across the top, what looks like a boat is actually swimming pools. So you can swim and up there. Now, here's the cool part for those who are kind of following trends. Laticrete waterproofing materials were used on that entire swimming pool. The deck, the pool itself, the vessels, all waterproof with Laticrete. So you have to trust the materials pretty well before you start suspending a swimming pool above hotels and cities below.
Yeah, and we're worried about showers on the 2nd story.
I can handle your shower. I'm pretty confident we can help you with your shower.
Thank goodness. All right, guys, so we've learned quite a few things today. I just wanted to drive it home and talk a little bit more about a few things that has helped me specifically in my business so far. And now you know that I've created a partnership with Laticrete, and we are collaborating on a few things. We've become a team, and they're an extension of my business, and I'm extremely grateful for that. When I first started out, there was a lot of struggles that Chris and we've had to overcome, and I'm sure a lot of people new in the industry have to overcome those struggles. But one key point that I know has made a big difference in my life, my career, my business, everything, was who I was going to surround myself with and who I'm networking with, and making sure that I'm getting the right education. Because there's information out there, but not all of it is the right information. And the only way you can kind of filter out the right with the wrong is by networking with key individuals who are going to kind of lead you in the right direction. And you can, it elevates you to a whole new level. I can't even put it into words sometimes, but more importantly, a few things I wanted to share is there's specific education you can go out and you can get, right? You can join the NTCA if you are a tile contractor, and you can literally learn specs and information direct from people who have spent their entire careers essentially gathering this information to put it together, so that we can, when we're installing, we don't need to spend 20 years figuring out if that's right or wrong. We can literally take the information and apply it immediately. And if you can't apply it, those same people from these groups, they are there to help you. There's groups on Facebook, the NTCA Onlys group. There is the Laticrete Inside Track group, where you can go in, you join, and there's installers, there's employees of Laticrete from all walks of life really in there helping and just doing their part to try to help you gain this education and move your business to that next level. So getting educated by getting involved, you need to take the initiative. Taking the initiative means getting yourself out there. You're going to have to step outside of your comfort zone. There's going to be a few things you're not going to feel comfortable at first. It's going to feel weird, but I promise you, people like Nash, people like everybody that I've met from the NTCA onward, they have done nothing but reach out their hand to extend it to me, to lift me up to that next level. And I have nothing bad to say. You know, like I can't even, because sometimes I'm truly telling you, like Chris and we have had a lot of struggles, especially in our first 3 to 4 years in business.
That's the toughest part.
And if I talk about it, sometimes it can bring me to tears, because there was some rough moments. And if it wasn't for doing certain things that I have done and certain people I've met and I've like forged that path, then I probably would have quit. And I know that a lot of people might quit and might not, feel like, oh, this isn't for me, I can't do it. You can, you just might not be going the right direction, So if it could just help one person to get out, get involved, send me a message. Ron answers messages on Facebook. There is no reason for you to be lost and kind of drowning. We're here to help you. So if there's one piece of advice, Ron, that you can give anybody starting out, that either they just have no idea where to start, they're brand new, and somebody from such a career, you've spent how long in the tile industry?
Oh, well, I'm under 20 years in the tile industry, but I've been in contracting my whole life.
Yeah.
So I'm familiar.
So he has so many years experience. I'm sure there's so much more that information I can get from you if I ask the right questions, but if there was one piece of advice you can give somebody new starting out anywhere, either installer or they're just new in the tile industry as a whole, what would that be?
Okay, so first of all, I love your story. I absolutely can relate to it. I know a lot of people can. The first 3 years of business are like a insane time for anybody. It's very, very difficult. You have to break through. Well, this is the reason why a lot of people aren't successful. If it was easy, everybody would just go start businesses. But you got to be able to break through. So my first bit of advice to everyone is, first of all, don't skip philosophy class, okay? And what I mean by that is, I think in order to be an entrepreneur, you have to be an optimist. Like, you are going to break through. So first of all, this
almost
all pain is,
delusionally.
yeah, exactly. All pain is temporary. So think like that. And then the next part is, as quickly as possible, make friends that can help support you during those times. Now, you mentioned Laticrete Inside Track. I created Laticrete Inside Track in order to give people an inside angle on our entire company. Like, if you wanted to talk to me and you don't have my contact information, but you know that Inside Track, you could post on there and I'll get it. All right.
It's like a virtual open office door.
It's like a virtual open, exactly right. Yeah. That's exactly right. It's like a virtual open office door. So and I know that those exist on other competitors and those kind of things. So find your groups and find your friends. Big thing. Yeah. This is a friendly industry. It really is. There's a lot of people who want people to be successful and they're willing to put their back into that. So find those people and make friends with them. I'm not going to start naming names because I could do it for an hour. But the next part then is you have to master your craft. Okay, you can't phone this in. Tile specifically is more art than science. Okay, so you need to be focused on, making your excellence happen, okay? Don't bang it in and think that, I'm just gonna lay the tiles, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. That will not help you build a brand. So if you have a commitment to excellence and a commitment to getting better, and you're continually educating yourself, let me put it this way, the people that do that rarely fail, okay? And then the last thing I would say is, no matter how big your company is, whether you had 1 employee or 2 employees or 20 employees, you have every single job that my company has. You have marketing that you need to worry about, you have finance that you need to worry about, you have accounting that you need to worry about, you have human resources, you have all the things.
Wearing a million hats.
Yeah, but you're wearing all the hats. Okay, so make sure that you're planning your time in order to wear those hats. I find that a lot of people skip that and they're not time management. They're kind of like, oh, I got to get my billing out, or I have to do whatever, and they're always behind on certain things. And as soon as you can, hire people who take your blind spots away. Because understand that no company, including ours, of course, can do it by themselves. You have to have support, even if it's outsourced, even if it's someone you hire, a bookkeeper or whatever. Part-time or whatever. Do that as fast as possible so that you can keep your talents fully engaged on what you do with excellence. Yeah. And if you can follow those, let me put it this way, I don't think it's a guarantee, but it certainly won't hurt. Yeah. I mean, people that do that, it's the hallmark of every company that I've ever talked to that people seem to be successful at.
All right, guys, so we walked through the Laticrete booth. We learned some really new products, some really awesome products, and we learned about the background of Laticrete. More importantly, we learned about who Laticrete is as a business, who they are, what their values are. And we heard right from Ron Nash himself, key things that will help you in your business. So I hope that as you watch this, you take some notes and you think, what can you do going forward that will help you get to that next step. And like I mentioned, we are all here to help and guide you. We're friends. we're colleagues, we're family, we're partners. So anything that anybody needs, feel free to reach out. Check out the Laticrete Inside Track group. Send me a message. Send Laticrete message on Instagram, Facebook, anywhere. You will get a response, and we're always here for you. So I want to thank Ron for taking the time to do this video with me, and for all of you, thanks for watching, and yeah, see you guys next time.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, guys, so that wraps up our tour of Coverings 2022. We just closed out a project yesterday. It was our project right after Coverings, went right into it. And I thought it would be a perfect time to reflect back on when we started our business back in 2017 to where we are now in 2022. We sold this job for way more than we would have when we started. And all of that is because we chose to get involved in our industry. And we went from being barely able to pay all of our overhead for our business to now being a fully profitable company where we can afford insurance, we can afford the education, we can afford to take time out to go to these industry events and get us in front of people like Ron Nash, who is the president for Laticrete North America. It's not every day that you get to meet people like that in person and talk to them on a personal level, not to mention just chat with them online or ask questions if you have questions. It's the same thing with almost everybody in this industry that I've come across. If you have a question, they'll gladly get on the phone with you. And it happened on this project. We had to throw out a lifeline and ask questions because we ran into some problems. And all of that is because we got involved and we were able to get the answer quick, and we're able to provide our client with a higher end product. So that's my spiel. And I hope that I have been able to open at least somebody's eyes on why I like to get involved in this industry and why I like to go to these events and what it can actually do for you and your company. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.